In a quiet corner of America, nestled among oak-lined streets and familiar faces, there lived a boy named Liam. He was like many others in his town, curious, ambitious, and filled with dreams that stretched far beyond the horizon. Every evening, as the sun dipped below the rooftops and the world slowed to a gentle hush, Liam would retreat to his room. There, illuminated by the glow of his phone, he immersed himself in a world of motivation. Videos of champions and entrepreneurs, posts from influencers, and endless reels of quotes echoed in his mind. Wake up at 5 a.m. Grind every day. No pain, no gain. Each phrase lit a fire within him, filling him with hope and possibility. He would lie awake, heart racing with plans for the next day. Tomorrow I'll study for 6 hours, he would promise himself. I'll work out every day. I'll be unstoppable. For a brief moment, it felt real. The future seemed within reach, just a matter of willpower and excitement. But as the days passed, reality crept in. The early mornings grew harder. Tasks piled up and excuses whispered in his ear. The fiery motivation that had once burned so brightly faded into embers. Soon, Liam found himself slipping back into old habits, sleeping in, skipping responsibilities, and watching his dreams drift just out of reach. It was during one of those ordinary days that Liam began to notice something different about his classmate Daniel. Daniel wasn't the loudest voice in the room, nor did he broadcast his ambitions to the world. He moved with quiet purpose, waking up before dawn, studying with unwavering focus, and training his body and mind as if each day were a building block to something greater. One afternoon, curiosity got the better of Liam. He approached Daniel, hoping to uncover the secret to his persistence. "Daniel, how do you stay motivated every single day?" he asked, genuinely puzzled. Daniel smiled, a knowing glint in his eye. "I don't stay motivated, Liam. I stay disciplined." Liam's brow furrowed. "Aren't motivation and excitement the key?" Daniel shook his head gently. "Nope. Meet me tomorrow morning at the Memorial Park. I want you to meet someone." The next morning, as the first rays of sunlight stretched across the sleepy town, Liam arrived at the Veterans Memorial. Waiting on a bench was Mr. Carter, a retired soldier in his 70s. He sat with a quiet strength, his posture straight, eyes steady, and an American flag pin gleaming on his jacket. Daniel greeted him with respect, then turned to Liam. "Mr. Carter, can you share the story that changed my life?" Mr. Carter nodded and faced Liam. "Son, in the Army, I served through cold, heat, pain, and fear. But do you know what kept me alive?" Liam shook his head, uncertain. "Not motivation," Mr. Carter said firmly. "Discipline. Every single day we trained. We followed orders. We stuck to routines, no matter how we felt. Because if we waited for motivation on the battlefield, we died." The words hung in the chilly morning air. Liam was silent, absorbing the gravity of what he'd just heard. "Motivation is an emotion," Mr. Carter continued. "It comes and goes. But discipline, that's a decision. It's what separates talkers from doers, dreamers from achievers. Motivation might get you out of bed one morning. Discipline keeps you moving day after day, even when you'd rather give up." He paused, then pointed to a massive oak tree standing tall at the edge of the memorial park. Its branches stretched wide, leaves whispering in the morning breeze. "You see that oak tree? It didn't get that way overnight. It took decades to grow strong like that. Through storms, drought, winter snow, the tree didn't grow fast, it grew steady. Underground, its roots dug deep, quietly expanding, even when no one was watching." He looked Liam in the eye. "Real growth happens slowly, quietly, underground, day by day. You won't see results at first, but if you stick to your path, just like that tree, you become unshakable." Liam felt something shift inside him. The words rang true in a way that no flashy quote or viral video ever had. He realized that his pursuit of constant motivation had been like chasing shadows, always visible, never graspable. What he needed was something deeper, sturdier, a commitment to show up no matter what. From that morning on, Liam's life began to change, not through dramatic leaps, but through steady, deliberate steps. He stopped chasing the fleeting highs of excitement. Instead, he built a routine, and he stuck to it. He studied when he was tired. He trained when he was unmotivated. He woke up early, not because he always wanted to, but because he understood the necessity of consistency. Days blended into weeks, and weeks into months. The results weren't immediate, but they were undeniable. Liam grew stronger, smarter, sharper. He discovered a quiet pride in his own perseverance. He didn't need to shout about his progress. It showed in his actions, his attitude, and his achievements. People began to notice the change. Friends, teachers, even family members asked him what his secret was. Liam would just smile, remembering the lesson from the park. "Motivation gets you started," he would say with a gentle certainty. "But discipline gets you through." The wisdom he'd gained extended beyond himself. He shared it with others, encouraging them to let go of the myth that success is fueled by constant excitement. Instead, he spoke of small, daily efforts, of showing up even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it. He reminded them that the perfect time rarely arrives. You have to create it, bit by bit, through action and resolve. Motivation is a spark. It can light a flame, but that flame can flicker and die if left unattended. Discipline, on the other hand, is the steady fuel that keeps the fire burning through the coldest nights and darkest storms. It's not about being perfect every day. It's about returning to your purpose again and again until it becomes a part of who you are. So, as you set out on your own journey, remember Liam's story. Don't wait for the right mood or the next big surge of inspiration. Focus on the process, the small steps, the quiet victories. Water your roots, weather the storms, and let your growth happen slowly, quietly, and surely. In the end, it's not the loudest ambitions that endure. It's the steadfast heart, disciplined and patient, that leaves the deepest mark on the world.